Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about a way to get your mobility back, especially after 60, that's backed by science, but is so simple it's almost weird. And it all kicks off with an idea that seems totally backward.
I know. It sounds nuts, right? Better mobility by holding still? But you guys, the research here is just wow. It's incredible. We're talking about a technique where you just hold a position. That's it, no moving. And the results? They blow traditional stretching out of the water.
And look, this isn't some wacky idea from the internet. We're talking about a major study here. One that found these techniques, they're called isometrics, they work for pretty much everyone. 95%. Let that sink in. 95% of the people in the study saw real, measurable improvements. That's huge.
And this isn't a small difference, not by a long shot. There was this huge analysis. They looked at almost 16,000 people, and it showed these holds are just way more powerful for getting you moving better in your day-to-day life. How much more powerful? 47%. That's a real game changer for sure.
But it's not just about being more flexible. The benefits go way beyond that. We're talking about a massive impact on chronic pain. One of the holds we're going to cover today, just one, cut chronic lower back pain by more than half for people who've been dealing with it for years. Incredible.
Okay, so what's really going on here? Why do we lose mobility? It's not just about getting older. The real reason is that the connection between your brain and your muscles gets, kind of fuzzy. It's like the phone line gets a little staticky. Your brain literally forgets how to tell certain muscles to turn on. What's so cool about isometrics is they fix both problems at the same time. They make the muscle stronger, and they clear up that phone line, retraining that brain-to-muscle connection.
All right, so here's what we've got on tap. We'll quickly cover the why behind this mobility paradox. Then we'll dive into the lower body holds, the total body release holds, and wrap it all up with a super simple 10-minute daily plan you can start doing, like today.
Okay, let's get into it. We're going to start with the lower body foundation holds. Think of these as rebuilding your base. We're counting down from number 5.
All right, kicking us off at number 5 is the wall sit. So many of us have weak quads, and when that happens, your back has to overcompensate, which is a recipe for pain. Well, this one hold makes getting up from a chair or getting out of the car 23% easier. Think about how much that improves your daily life. It's a big deal.
And here's how you do it right. The big thing to remember is keeping your back flat against the wall and making sure your knees are right about your ankles, not creeping out over your toes. You're not trying to be a hero and go super low. The magic happens when you just hold that position, feeling the tension, for about 30 to 60 seconds. That's the sweet spot.
Okay, on to number 4, the glute bridge. This one tackles something called gluteal amnesia. Yeah, it's a real thing, and it sounds kind of funny, but it's a huge problem. It's basically when your brain forgets how to turn on your glutes, your biggest muscles, because we sit on them all day. Waking those muscles up is absolutely key for walking, for climbing stairs, for everything. Now look closely at how to do this one, especially step 4, squeeze. That squeeze at the top, that is everything. That's the signal you're sending to your brain like, hey, wake up, we need you. If you don't squeeze, your hamstrings and back will just take over, and you totally miss the benefit. So really focus on that squeeze. All right, hold number 3. This one, the supported deep squat, is all about getting back a movement we all used to have. You know how little kids can just drop into a perfect squat and hang out there? We lose that. And the research is clear. Being able to do that is linked to way better lower body mobility. This hold helps you get that back, safely. And the key here is that support. A door frame, a sturdy pole, whatever. It's not cheating. Think of it as a tool. It lets you use your arms to control how deep you go, so gravity can gently work its magic on your ankles, your knees, and your hips. Over time, the goal is to use your arms less and less as your body remembers the movement. Okay, we have officially built a solid foundation for the lower body. Now, let's get to the top 2. These are the holds that send this amazing ripple effect of mobility through your entire body.
Coming in at number 2 is the hip flexor hold. If you sit a lot, and let's be honest, who doesn't, the muscles at the front of your hips get super tight, and that pulls your whole pelvis out of whack, causing all sorts of problems. What's great about this isometric version is that it doesn't just stretch the muscle, it actively retrains it. That gives you a much deeper, longer-lasting release. Now for this one to work, you have to pay attention to step 2, the pelvic tuck. You've got to tuck your hips under. That's what zeroes in on the right spot. And then, step 4, pressing that back foot down into the floor. That's the isometric magic. That active press is what convinces that tight muscle to finally relax.
Okay, so the number one mobility hold. You'd think it targets the legs or the hips, right? Nope. This is probably going to surprise you. The best hold for your overall mobility doesn't even target your lower body. Why? Well, it just goes to show you how connected everything in our body really is.
And here it is, number 1, the doorway chest stretch. This one is all about fixing that posture so many of us have. The rounded shoulders, the head sticking forward, you know what I'm talking about. That posture creates a whole chain reaction of problems that goes all the way down your body, affecting your back, your hips, everything.
So here's the magic trick with this one. It's this contract relax thing. You actively press your hands into the door frame for about 20 seconds. You're telling those tight chest muscles to turn on. Then, when you're relaxed for 10 seconds, your brain lets them go into a much deeper state of release than you could ever get from just, passively stretching.
And just look at the payoff. This is nuts. Just by doing this one stretch, opening up the chest, people saw huge jumps in shoulder mobility, their balance improved by over 20%, and get this, a 58% drop in chronic lower back pain. That's from a chest stretch. It's all connected. Okay, so we've gone through the why and the how. Now let's put it all together. This is your simple, doable plan to make all this amazing science a part of your daily routine.
All right, this is your cheat sheet. Seriously, grab a screenshot of this. It's your entire 10 to 15-minute daily routine all laid out. It tells you what to do, how long to hold it, everything. The only trick is consistency, right? And this makes it super easy to just do it every day.
Look, the science here is as solid as it gets. Remember that 95% number? That's not a fluke. The potential for you to feel better is just massive. And really, the only thing standing between you and being in that successful majority is just a little bit of consistency each day.
The research is crystal clear. The plan is simple. So the only question left is, are you ready to be in that 95%? Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer. We really hope this helps you move with more freedom, less pain, and a whole lot more confidence.